Welcome, yoga buddies. This is take 2 today of my Moonflowers video. Woo! There we go. As you all know by now, I am not a videographer, and I am no expert at taking videos or saving them on my phone. So the one I did earlier today is now in video heaven. All praise to be that. Okay. Miss Chloe is taking a bath here on the floor next to me out of camera's range. Let me see. We're over here. Miss Yogi is back there and Indy is back there. And we will all be taking a look at the pose Moonflowers tonight. As you remember, I did a video on moonflowers, sunflowers, and sun goddess a couple months ago. It was a combination video. But I had a request to do a single video on moonflowers by a follower, and I'm going to honor that request. So the Moonflowers is a beginning pose at the beginning of a yoga class. It's a warm-up pose, warms up your quads and your hamstrings, your core, and your upper back. It is also a really good practice to open up your hips and your inner thighs, and that's really kind of its most important physical benefit. It is also a really good practice to practice marrying the marriage between your breathing and your movement, because each movement you will be taking a breath, inhaling and exhaling as you go in and out of movements. And that's a really important aspect of yoga, is to get that coordination. And it's a great practice for that. And after moonflowers comes sunflowers. So our next video will be sunflowers. So we will be going into mountain pose, moonflowers, and back to mountain pose. Let's head on over to the mat. We don't have music tonight. Alexis is rebelling. I think the election is getting after her. Okay, here we go. Over to the mat. Let's start by getting into our perfect mountain pose with our feet together, all 4 points of our feet grounding into the earth reaching up for them, and the energy starts coming out of the earth into the soles of our feet and up our legs, into our calves. We get energy in our knees. We don't hyperextend them. We keep them softened, but there's still energy in them. Up into our thighs, and our thighs kind of make that little itty bitty turn inward towards each other. As you feel that energy coming into your thighs, you will feel the outside of your butt kind of getting active as well. Muscles in there. So now all of your legs and your butt are energized. Up into your pelvis, your belly button sucks into your spine, and your tush, the back side of your butt, tucks under. The energy is going up, up, up into your ribs, and your ribs knit together in an energetic hold together, while your chest expands open. Put out your arms, put out your wings. There's your expanding chest. You now have this area to this area to do your deep belly breathing in. You have opened up and energized your entire torso, and the energy is going up, 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 over your shoulders, down through your back, through your sit bones, and your sit bones are now being pulled to the floor by the earth. So your sit bones and your feet are grounding into the earth. Now your sit bones aren't exactly on the earth, but you can visualize the energy pulling them down. It's like you have 2 straps over your shoulders and something is pulling them down, and that in turn pulls you up further. Shoulders down and back, and the backs of your shoulders are kissing each other. Hands can be facing out or towards your legs. Lots of space here between your ear and your shoulder. So the upper part of your body is pulling up, and the back part of your body is pulling down, yin and yang, and you are lengthening, totally lengthening. Remember that word I used, spaghettifying? That's what you're doing. You're turning into a piece of spaghetti. The top of your head is being pulled by a puppet string up to the sky. So now, your head over heart over pelvis. There you are. Perfect mountain pose. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale down. Another. Use that breath. Fill up your whole entire belly. One more time. Okay, now feel yourself in this position, and let's move on. And we're going to start by taking our feet, look down at your feet, and we're going to put them a little more than hip width apart, with your toes pointing 45 degrees outward. You don't want to be too far, you don't want to be too close, just right outside your hips. Look down at your knees and make sure your knees are facing right over your ankles and toes. Make sure they're soft. And now put your hands on your hips and do a little bounce on your knees. Just a little bit of bounce. If you have cranky knees, don't bounce very much. If you have really cranky knees, don't bounce at all. And if you don't have cranky knees at all, then boo, boo, boo. No, you're really very lucky. Go all the way down, up. Feel that bounce over with your knees over your toes. Okay? I'm probably going down a little bit more than I usually go because I've been doing this several times today. Make sure that they are right over your toes. Notice that when we did step out, our torso and our head did not come forward or go to the side. It stayed upright. This part of your body will not move forward or backward through this entire asana or pose. This is an elevator pose, and you will be going up and down, not forward, not backward, not to the sides, up and down. Okay, now let's take a look at our hands. Make your hands starfish. Spread those fingers as wide as you can. Jazz hands, or Hasta Bandha. That's what we call it in yoga. I like jazz hands. I can relate to jazz hands. I was a dancer. Put one hand out at 10 o'clock. Put the other hand out at 2 o'clock. Your arms are going to come in where your elbows will be in alignment with your shoulders. I have seen this pose done bringing them all the way in, but we're just going to go to here. So, without moving any other part of your body yet, bring your arms down and bring them up. Feel what that feels like. Okay. Take a big inhale, and now with a little squat and your arms coming down, exhale. Inhale as you go up. Keep your shoulders down. Exhale as you come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Now take inventory and make sure that you're still in all of the alignment that we talked about when we got here. Make sure that your feet are pointed out at 45 degrees. They are not pointed straight. They're pointed out. And that your knees are pointed right over your ankles and toes. They're not knock-kneed or anywhere else. They're right over your toes. Make sure that your body is centered between your legs. You're evenly distributed right between your legs. There you go. When you go down into a squat, if you have those great knees that don't hurt, don't go so low that your bottom goes beneath your knees. Keep your bottom above your knees. There you go. Moonflowers. If you have cranky knees, really bad knees, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, you do not have to do the squatting. If you have shoulder problems, you do not have to do the shoulders. You can keep your arms here and go down. That's fine. Also, I have seen this done in chair yoga classes where people sit in a chair and just do the arms if they're having balance issues or strength issues. Someday I will do a chair yoga class and we will try that. One thing I want to say about a chair yoga though, when you sit in a chair and do exercises, make sure that you keep your torso lifted. You might want to sit on a bolster to keep your torso up. It's very easy to collapse in a chair, very easy. Okay, let's go back to mountain pose. There we go. I think I mentioned the options. I mentioned what you have to watch out for. Remember, if you're striving for success, and you are not working hard, it's like harvesting without planting. Everything takes a little bit of elbow grease, including these yoga asanas. Namaste, everyone. Thank you. I'll see you next time for sunflowers. I sure hope this video works. See you later. Bye-bye.